Have you ever looked at an empty spot in your home and almost felt your pet was still there? Maybe it was the soft echo of paws that weren't really on the floor, or the warmth of their presence when no one else was in the room. If you've ever experienced this, you're not alone. Many people believe that the love of a pet doesn't simply end when their physical life does. It continues, quietly, invisibly, yet powerfully, in the bond that stretches beyond the veil of this world. Pets are not just animals we live with. They are family, healers, and companions to our souls. They carry an unconditional love that many say is closer to divine than human. So when they leave, it can feel like a piece of us is missing. The grief is real, and the silence they leave behind can be overwhelming. But here's the comforting truth. Their souls don't just disappear. In countless spiritual traditions and in countless personal stories, pets are believed to continue watching over us, protecting us, and guiding us even after their passing. Think about the way your pet once sat by the door to guard you, or snuggled against you when you were sad, or wagged their tail as though they were cheering you on in life. That kind of love doesn't vanish. Energy, as both science and spirituality remind us, never dies, it only transforms. And so does the energy of your pet's love. Many people around the world share experiences of feeling their pets' souls return in subtle, yet powerful ways. Small signs that remind them they are never truly alone. This video is going to explore exactly that. The 5 most common signs that your pet's soul is still protecting you. These aren't just coincidences or wishful thinking. They are meaningful connections that countless people have felt and shared across cultures and across time. You might recognize some of them in your own life. And if you do, it may be your pet's way of saying, "I'm still here with you." In the next few minutes, we'll look at 5 powerful signs. We'll begin with the sense of an unexplained presence, the times when you feel them nearby, almost as if they never left. Then, we'll move into dreams and visitations, where your pet may come to you and sleep with messages of love and comfort. We'll also explore the way their protective energy can still fill your home, creating a sense of peace when you need it most. From there, we'll uncover how your emotions can suddenly be lifted or soothed, as if they are nudging you with love from beyond. And finally, we'll talk about the signs in nature and synchronicities, those beautiful reminders that appear when you least expect them but need them the most. By the end of this journey, you may find that your pet has been reaching out all along, in ways you didn't fully notice before. Their soul is not gone. It's watching, protecting, and loving you, just as it always did. One of the most common and powerful signs that your pet's soul is still with you is the unexplained presence you sometimes feel around you. These moments are subtle but deeply moving. It might be the faint sound of paws walking across the floor, the rustle of movement in a room that should be empty, or even the soft thud where your pet used to jump onto the couch or bed. Rationally, you might tell yourself it's nothing, just imagination. But in your heart, it feels real, because on a spiritual level, it often is. Many people report sensing their pets as if they're right there in the room. It could be the brush of fur against your leg when no one is near, the feeling of a small weight at the foot of your bed at night, or the gentle nudge you swear you felt on your hand. These are not just memories replaying in your mind. They are moments when your pet's soul is reaching out to comfort you, letting you know they are still around, protecting you just as they always did. Animals are creatures of routine. They have favorite spots, favorite times of day, and little rituals with you that became part of your shared life. After they pass, many people notice these same routines playing out in mysterious ways. Maybe you feel them walking beside you during your morning walk, or you sense their presence waiting by the door when you come home. These small experiences can be incredibly healing because they remind you that the bond you shared is still alive. It's just transformed into a different form of connection. Some people describe these moments as a comforting warmth, almost like a soft blanket wrapping around them in times of sadness or loneliness. Others talk about sudden goosebumps or tingles in the air, especially in the exact spot where their pet used to sit or sleep. Spiritually, this is often interpreted as the energy of your pet's soul making itself known, gently reminding you, "I'm here. I never left." What makes this sign so powerful is its personal nature. You know your pet's presence. You know how it felt when they leaned against you, or how the room seemed lighter when they were there. So when you experience something that feels exactly like that, something that no one else could understand in the same way, it carries an undeniable truth. These experiences are like little whispers from the other side, invisible threads of love that remain unbroken. If you've ever felt this unexplained presence, don't brush it off as wishful thinking. Instead, take a quiet moment to acknowledge it. Speak to your pet in your heart, or even out loud, and let them know you feel them. That simple act of recognition can strengthen the bond between your soul and theirs, keeping the connection alive and allowing their protective love to continue flowing into your life. Another powerful way many people feel their pet's soul protecting them is through dreams and visitations. Losing a beloved pet often leaves an emptiness that can feel unbearable, but sometimes, in the quiet of the night, that emptiness is gently filled again, through dreams that feel more real than anything else. Unlike ordinary dreams, these experiences often carry a vividness and clarity that lingers long after you wake. You might see your pet running toward you with joy, their eyes sparkling, their body healthy and full of life again. Or you may feel them snuggle close, bringing you the same comfort they always did. These dreams are different because they don't fade like typical fragments of the subconscious. Instead, they stay with you, etched in your memory as if they were more of a visit than a dream. Many people describe these dream encounters as deeply healing. In moments of grief, your pet may appear to reassure you that they are safe, happy, and still connected to you. Sometimes, they come during your most difficult nights, when your heart feels heavy with sadness or guilt. In those dreams, their presence feels like a message: don't worry, I'm okay, and I'm still watching over you. Spiritually, dreams are often seen as gateways, times when the veil between the physical and spiritual world becomes thinner. While we sleep, our minds are more open, less cluttered with distractions, and more receptive to subtle energies. This is why it's believed that souls, both human and animal, can use dreams as a way to visit and connect with us. For pets, who live their lives with unconditional love, this becomes a natural way for them to keep protecting and comforting us from beyond. Sometimes, these dream visits are incredibly specific. A dog may return in a dream wagging its tail just like it did when you came home from work. A cat might curl up on your lap the way it always did while you read a book. These details make the experience undeniable, reminding you that it isn't just imagination. It's the essence of your pet reaching out to connect in the most familiar, loving way. It's also worth noting that dreams of pets often bring an emotional shift. You may wake up with a sense of peace, even if just for a moment, or with a newfound strength to face your grief. This is one of the clearest signs that the dream carried more meaning than usual. It left you changed. That lingering comfort is your pet's gift, a way of reminding you that love never ends, not even with physical death. So, the next time you dream of your pet, pay attention to how it feels. Does it seem more vivid, more real, more comforting than a typical dream? If so, consider it a visitation. It's your beloved companion stopping by to remind you that they are still by your side, protecting you in the only way they can, through the boundless love that continues to exist between your souls. Another remarkable sign that your pet's soul is still protecting you is the sense of protective energy within your home. After a pet passes, many people notice small but powerful changes in their environment. Moments that feel unusual at first, but later bring comfort once you realize what they mean. Perhaps you've experienced sudden stillness in the house, as if a calming wave swept through the air right when you needed it most. Maybe a strange noise you couldn't explain stopped instantly when you whispered your pet's name or when you thought about them. These moments can be subtle, but they carry a distinct sense of reassurance, almost like your pet's spirit is patrolling your space, making sure you feel safe. Animals are deeply connected to the energy of their surroundings. During their lives, they often acted as protectors, sensing danger or tension long before you did. Dogs would bark to alert you. Cats would suddenly fix their gaze on something invisible, their instincts razor sharp. Even small pets, like birds or rabbits, carried a watchful awareness of the energy around them. When they pass on, that instinctive protection doesn't simply disappear. It shifts into a spiritual form, becoming a quiet but ever-present shield of love. One of the most touching ways this energy shows up is through other animals in the household. Have you ever noticed your surviving pets staring at what looks like empty space, their eyes following something you can't see? Or maybe they curl up in your departed pet's favorite spot, purring, wagging their tail, or simply resting there with unusual calmness. Animals are incredibly sensitive to the unseen, and they often recognize the spirit of your departed companion long before you do. Their behavior becomes a confirmation that your beloved friend hasn't truly left. Another sign of this protective energy is when your home feels safer, lighter, or more peaceful than expected, especially during times of stress or sadness. You may walk into a room and instantly feel soothed, as though wrapped in invisible warmth. Or perhaps you sense a presence near the doorway, as though your pet is standing guard, ensuring nothing harmful enters. These experiences may not always be easy to explain, but they carry the unmistakable essence of your pet's loyalty and love. Sometimes, you might even notice physical signs, like a picture frame shifting, a collar jingling when no one is near it, or a toy being found in a surprising place. While skeptics might dismiss these as coincidences, for those who shared a deep bond with their pet, they often feel like clear messages. I'm still here. I'm still protecting you. When you recognize this energy in your home, take a moment to pause and appreciate it. Speak your pet's name, light a candle, or simply whisper, "Thank you." These small acknowledgments strengthen the spiritual bond, letting your pet's soul know you feel their presence. It transforms your home into more than just a shelter. It becomes a sacred space of love, where the loyalty of your pet continues to live long after their physical body is gone. Another powerful sign that your pet's soul is still protecting you comes in the form of emotional nudges. These are those sudden, almost unexplainable shifts in your feelings, moments when a wave of calm, comfort, or courage washes over you just when you need it most. It's as though your pet's love reaches out across the invisible boundary between worlds, gently guiding your heart and spirit. Think about a time when you were overwhelmed with sadness or stress. Perhaps your grief over losing your pet felt especially heavy, and then, out of nowhere, you experienced a soft sense of relief, like a burden being lifted, even if only for a few moments. Or maybe you were facing a difficult decision, feeling uncertain and alone, when suddenly a quiet courage filled you. These emotional shifts can feel like coincidences, but for many who've experienced them, they carry the unmistakable presence of their beloved companion. Pets were always tuned in to our emotions while they were alive. They knew when you were sad and curled up beside you. They sensed your excitement and wagged their tails or purred with joy. They responded not to your words, but to the energy of your feelings. That emotional connection doesn't just end when they pass. It continues, only in a new and more subtle way. Their soul, bound to you by love, still knows when you need reassurance, and they nudge your spirit with warmth and strength. Some describe this as a sudden warmth in their chest, almost like the feeling of a heartbeat close to theirs. Others talk about goosebumps or tingling sensations that arrive during moments of worry or fear, bringing a strange but comforting peace. These experiences are not random. They are the echoes of your pet's protective love, reminding you that you are never truly alone. What makes these emotional nudges so special is that they often come at the exact time you need them most. Just when you feel like breaking down, something inside whispers, "You've got this." Just when loneliness seems overwhelming, you feel as if someone is still there with you, cheering you on. That someone may very well be your pet, reaching out across the veil to give you the same emotional support they always did. It's also important to notice how these nudges can guide you in small but meaningful ways. Maybe you were about to give up on something important, and then you suddenly felt motivated to try again. Or perhaps you were stuck in a negative spiral, only to feel a lightness, as though your pet's soul was gently pulling you back toward hope. These moments can be easy to dismiss, but when you look at them closely, they often feel too perfectly timed to be coincidence. If you've ever felt this kind of sudden comfort, take it as a loving sign. Your pet's soul is still watching over you, still protecting you, and still guiding you toward peace. Love this strong doesn't fade. It transforms, and it continues to shape your journey in ways you may not always see, but can always feel. The final sign that your pet's soul is still protecting you often appears outside the walls of your home, through nature and synchronicities. These are the meaningful moments when the world around you seems to mirror your bond with your pet, offering gentle reminders that their spirit is alive and close. Many people report seeing butterflies, birds, or even specific animals that seem to appear at just the right time. Imagine walking through the park, thinking about how much you miss your companion, when suddenly a butterfly hovers in front of you, following you for several steps before floating away. Or perhaps a bird perches right outside your window, chirping in a way that feels almost like a message meant just for you. These encounters can feel far too personal to dismiss as chance. For those who have lost a pet, such signs often carry the unmistakable energy of love. Synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences, are another way pets may reach out. Maybe you keep noticing your pet's name in unexpected places, or you glance at the clock at the exact time your pet used to wake you up each morning. You might even find one of their old toys when you weren't looking for it, in a spot where it shouldn't have been. These repeating patterns and symbols aren't random. They are gentle nudges from the universe, guided by your pet's soul, reminding you that the bond you share is still alive. One of the most common experiences people share is sensing their pet's presence in nature. A sudden breeze on a still day, the sound of leaves rustling when everything else is silent, or even a ray of sunlight breaking through the clouds just as you're thinking of them. These are often interpreted as spiritual signs. They are small but powerful reminders that love flows through all of creation, and that your pet's energy is still intertwined with yours. What makes these signs in nature and synchronicities so meaningful is their timing. They often appear when you are deep in thought, struggling with grief, or longing for reassurance. It's in those exact moments that the butterfly lands on your path, or the rainbow forms in the sky, or the same song that reminds you of your pet starts playing unexpectedly. These experiences arrive not by accident, but by love, a way for your pet's soul to comfort you and remind you they are still close. When you notice these moments, pause and take them in. Smile, say your pet's name, or simply whisper a thank you. By acknowledging the sign, you strengthen the connection, allowing their protective energy to reach you more fully. These encounters are not just random. They are sacred reminders that love is eternal and that your pet is still walking this journey with you, in spirit if not in form. So, if you find yourself surrounded by butterflies, visited by birds, or noticing repeating symbols tied to your pet, take heart. These are not coincidences. They are messages from your beloved companion, whispering through the fabric of the universe. I'm here. I'm watching over you. And I always will. Our pets may leave the physical world, but the love and protection they offer never truly ends. Every nudge, every dream, every sign in nature is a reminder that their souls are still with us, watching, guiding, and comforting us in ways we may not always see, but can always feel. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever experienced one of these signs from a beloved pet who has passed? Maybe you felt their presence, dreamed of them, or noticed a special synchronicity in your life. Share your stories in the comments below. Your experience may bring comfort or inspiration to someone else who is walking the same path. If you found these insights meaningful, please give this video a like, share it with friends and family who love their pets, and subscribe for more spiritual guidance and heartwarming explorations of life's unseen connections. Remember, the bond you share with your pets is eternal. Even after they leave, their love continues to protect, guide, and illuminate your journey. Proof that true companionship knows no boundaries.